So often we are in a state of internal conflict. We know we're blocking ourselves from something, but we don't know how or why. And we don't know how to release those blocks. Tarot is a brilliant way to be able to do that. So why use tarot? Well, tarot is a mirror of our internal compass. When we go and we use tarot, we're going to be able to see visually, using images, exactly what's going on in our lives. Just like dreams, yes, it takes a little bit of interpretation, and sometimes it can be frustrating where you look at something and you think, oh boy, I just don't get this. But it is a mirror of exactly what's going on for you. It can help you recognize patterns of your behaviors, your thoughts, and your feelings. So, we ask the same questions sometimes over and over again, or we see the same things come up in our lives over and over again. For instance, I have had a pattern in my life where I constantly seem to find mentors who are narcissistic, or wizardry, where they want to take advantage of me, and what they're showing is smoke and mirrors, but it's not really the truth of the situation, and it doesn't really help to guide me. So learning more about why those patterns keep showing up, I can use tarot now to take a look at when I'm approaching mentors or coaches or joining new programs online. I check and see what's in it for me. Tell me a little bit more about this particular individual. How is this going to be a lesson for me? How is it going to be of benefit to me? And what might be hidden that I'm not seeing? Because when we have those patterns over and over again, it can be frustrating, right? I mean, I know it's frustrating for me. With tarot, we can help recognize where they are, and we can actually kind of draw them out. Yay. It's also going to help you identify flying monkeys. Now, the flying monkeys to me are like the roadblocks. When Dorothy goes into the dark forest, the witch sends out those flying monkeys to constantly go after the shoes and the dog, right? So sometimes, like I said in the beginning, we don't know what our blocks are. I have no idea. I don't know where my doubts are coming from, or why I don't have confidence, or why I seem to think that nobody's going to show up for this program if I put it out there, or why I'm going to do a reading for someone and they're not going to be happy with it. Tarot can help you identify those before they get there. I always like to say that forewarned is forearmed. We know that the dark forest is there. We know the monkeys are going to be there. You know what I'd like to know? A little bit more about the monkeys so I can address them when they show up. So we can choose to run and hide, but they keep coming, don't they? The minute we face those monkeys, they start to fly off. So that's one of the things that tarot does, and one of the reasons that I love to use tarot is that it will help us to identify our own flying monkeys. We know we're going to go through dark forests in our life over and over and over again, but I'd like to know when those monkeys are coming as best I can, and what they're going to look like when they arrive so we can address them. Okay, above all, what I think is really great about tarot is tarot can be used as your inner guidance system. This is your universal GPS. Many of us, we all have a higher self or inner self, whatever you want to call it, someone that we are connected to that is an aspect of our own beings that gives us intuitive guidance. Sometimes people like to call them angels. We also have guides, I believe, that are available to us that will send us little GPS coordinates along our journey, and they are trying to help us and they are trying to guide us along, but many times we don't recognize it or we don't see it. That's why Toto in The Wizard of Oz was nipping at the heels of Dorothy all the time, constantly trying to get her attention to say, hey, look what's coming up. There's a witch up there, or there's a bad person that you need to take care of, or that wizard might not be telling you the truth, right? The tarot is all about being that internal compass for us, and when you use the tarot, you have a deeper connection with your higher self. You are really starting to understand Toto's language and what he's trying to tell you. I mean, Toto has very few words, right? So he has to kind of show you with his actions. Tarot is going to be the same way. There are very few words, but there are great images, and they're going to help guide you. So every little image is a signpost for you and gives you direction and helps you to connect with your higher self so that you can better understand the messages that are coming through you. Using tarot is a great way to enhance your intuition and being psychic, whatever you want to call it, right? You can actually train and learn that skill, and you'll constantly hone it. And then when you're out and about in everyday life, you're going to start to trust your own instincts more. You're going to trust that gut feeling. You're going to trust when you hear that little message in your ear, and you're going to say, I know what that is. That's Toto. And I'm going to listen, and then I'm going to move forward based on what I've heard. Make sense? So, have you had obstacles that keep showing up in your life, patterns that repeat themselves, and you have no understanding of what they are or how to get rid of them or how to move those flying monkeys out of your dark forest? If so, why not learn to read tarot with us? I have a great course available. It's an interactive group mentoring workshop where you'll have online videos so you can learn at your own pace, but you will never be alone. We will meet together live on Zoom with other group members to practice, mentor, and go through all kinds of learning. Join us for Intro to Tarot. I want to invite you to learn more at intrototarot.com. See you there.